Hey, good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday to you. I'm going to give you guys a minute to pop on while I have my coffee. I just want to share something with you this morning. I'm in John Maxwell's Maximum Impact Mentoring Program, and I just want to share something because it's such an exciting time of the year. People are making plans, or at least I should say they're having goals that they want to meet for the new year. But anyway, this book is so good. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John Maxwell. And I just want to mention the first one to you this morning, the law of intentionality. And he says, growth doesn't just happen. Life is now in session. Are you present? So the significance of this is people are setting goals. They want to lose weight, start a business, write a book, all these exciting things. But excitement is like sugar. It's good temporarily. Good morning, Terry, but it's not going to sustain you. You have to go from excitement to being equipped and having a passion for the process more than the product, okay? So the first sentence here, he says, do you have a plan for your personal growth? And that's what I want to ask you. Do you have a plan for your personal growth? A plan is very different than a goal. A goal is, I want to lose weight. I want to lose 50 pounds. The plan is on Monday at 5 a.m., I'm going to run 3.2 miles. At 6 a.m. when I'm finished, I'm going to do my core work and my ab work. Good morning, Diane. So do you have a plan for your personal growth? And this is the thing. I thought the data was so interesting about this. Only 2% of people have a plan. The other 98% of people are just assuming that things will get better. 98% of people. And I wanted to share this with you this morning because I don't want you to get caught up in the herd. As we end this new year, there's going to be what's called the herd effect, group think, where people will get caught up in excitement about what's possible. And while that's good, it's also dangerous because most of the people, I just gave you the data, 98% of them have no plan. And they will just assume that it's going to happen. And he says, you show me a person who assumes, and I'll show you a person who is daily disappointed. You have to know your knowledge gap. What is your knowledge gap? What are the areas that you need to work on? And he goes on to say that personal growth keeps you prepared. Constant growth is preparation for the opportunity. You don't go into the opportunity, you grow into an opportunity. And I call this, well, it's not my theory, but it's the lottery effect. 98% of people who win the lottery, they're broke in a couple of years. 98% of people who lose weight, they regain it within a year. And so what does it take to be in the 2%? You have to embrace this law of intentionality where you intentionally embrace the process of becoming someone new and you don't get caught up in, like the herd, of just the excitement of the possibility. Okay, that's great. It's great to have faith. It's great to have hope. It's great to believe. But then we got to get down to some pen and paper, or if you want to do it on your MacBook or whatever, about what are you going to do Monday at 5 a.m.? What are you going to do Tuesday? What are you going to do Wednesday? What are you going to do when you have to work long hours? What are you going to do when you're stressed? How are you going to break those patterns that have not supported you in getting what you want? That's what you have to get to. And that's what I do. So for a short time, I am offering my playbook to achieve your goal life. And that playbook is going to go into exactly what I'm talking about, which is developing a plan. Now, this is the difference in this playbook and what you've been bombarded with on social media. It's for the believer. It's for the person who is faith-based. I'm going to be using prayers, the Word of God, and that's going to be the foundation of the playbook. Because if you're using a playbook that's secular and you're trying to piecemeal your life as a believer, that's not going to work either. So I hope, first of all, I highly recommend the book, The 15 Laws of Growth, Invaluable Growth. He has one for leaders as well, but this one is really, really good. And so the last thing that he shares is that your intentional growth plan, that you have to make it public. And I say this to my clients all the time. Good morning, Gerard. Good morning, all you guys. Good morning. I say this to my clients all the time. Private goals never make a public appearance. And the reason it's important to make them public is because when you make a public declaration, first of all, you hear yourself saying it, you see yourself putting it out there, and you also get leverage. For most people, they have years of breaking their word to themselves. And if you have been in that pattern, I'm not saying that to condemn you, I'm saying that to wake you up to the fact that that pattern, to break that pattern, you can't keep it a secret. You have to go public. Okay, so in order to get that playbook, it's totally free. All you have to do, I'm going to put the link below, is download it. And I'm going to be going through page by page. It's 26 pages that I put together for you guys, because I don't want you to be a part of the herd where you set the goal, but you don't have a plan. Okay, where you hire the trainer, you hire the coach, you hire the business coach, you hire the life coach, but then you're inconsistent. Most people are inconsistent, or they get into procrastination, or they start really excited and then they fall off. Someone says private goals never make a public declaration. Exactly. Never. You have to be strategic about this. But even before you're strategic, you have to expand who you are and where you're going. You don't want to be in that lottery effect where you get it, but you don't have the character, you don't have the habits, you don't have the emotional thought patterns to keep it. That's why most people, even if they do lose the weight, they gain it back. Okay, that's why most people, they'll make declarations this time of the year. They'll be so excited. They'll have the vision boards, and those things are great, but they're just individual components. It's if we were making, a pot roast. We can't just put the potatoes in and put the potatoes in the crock pot and that's it. All right. It matters how long you do this. It matters about your habitual emotional patterns. There's more to this than just getting excited about what's possible. So I hope this served you. Let me know. I'm going to hold on for a second and see if you have any questions about the playbook or any questions about this law of intentionality. It's really good. And actually, I'm going to share another thing. He says, identify the areas you want to grow personally. The he that I'm talking about is John Maxwell. If you're just joining, I'm in his Maximum Impact Mentoring Program. And I just took a great webinar from him. And he said, identify the areas you want to grow personally. And then for 1 hour every day, preparation, practice, reflect. Preparation, practice, reflect. Most of you don't take any reflection time. Reflection time has to be every single day. And the reason it has to be every single day is that's how you don't get to the end of December and you hear the majority of people, where did this year go? I can't believe I'm ending this year the same. And if that's you, let that motivate you. Get angry enough about it that you know what, you're going to go into 2017 doing it differently. And you're not just going to be fooled by this herd effect of getting excited. You're going to be bombarded with so many things that are going to promise you this amazing after effect. Whether that's the after effect you want to become an author, the after effect you want to become a coach, the after effect you want to drop a significant amount of weight, you want to find love this year and you want to get online. That's the after effect, and that's wonderful. However, if you don't have someone who's going to take you through the day to day, if you don't have someone who's going to teach you how to face the old you, you are going to have to stand in the face of the old you. Let me tell you what I mean. The old you is that person who you have decided that you are going to eat clean, but the old you is PMSing, stressing, stayed up late, had an argument with your child, having financial difficulties. Now it's game time. And it's time to come face to face. And in that moment, that's the moment where the after effect is not going to help you. It's not going to help you. Let me help you with something. Everything out there works. It just depends on, when I say everything out there, I'm talking about this whole weight loss and diet. It all works. Okay? It all works. It's just, what kind of life do you want to build for yourself? It's about your life. And that's why I created this playbook, because of my own personal frustration of feeling like I was being chopped up as a woman. I'd have to go to, a fitness trainer to focus on my body. I go to a life coach to focus on my mind, to help me get past, procrastinating. This is years ago. I go to a relationship coach because I was going through a divorce. I had a business coach because I wanted to start a coaching practice. I got a writing coach because I wanted to write a book. And it's like, I'm going to go broke trying to be better. And so out of my own frustration, I'm like, how can I integrate it? And it's not that I specialize in all of those, but it's truly a comprehensive approach to you where I'm not chopping you up. It's all of you, okay? It's your spiritual fitness. What kind of life do you want? You know, there were times when I would model myself after business owners because of their business acumen, but I wanted nothing to do with the life they were creating. No judgment, but it's important to me that I'm present for my husband. It's important to me that I'm present for Bible study. It's important to me that I'm present on Sunday. And it's not just because I'm married to a pastor. It's because that's what I need to show up to reflect Christ. So that's the second part to this playbook and why I'm passionate about it. It's faith-based. All right? Prosperity, in my mind, is for one reason. It's to bless others. It's not for me to talk about how many red bottoms I have or what I'm driving. Nothing wrong with red bottoms. Nothing wrong with blinging it out. Nothing wrong with whatever you want to drive. But I'm clear that only what I do for Christ will last. And that means loving you enough to get in your face this morning to tell you, you got to be intentional. You got to do this thing differently. And you have to operate in a manner that you put blinders on for the herd effect that's going to be pressing in on all of us. It's already happening. You're going to be bombarded. And I want you to get clear that it's not enough to just talk about the after effect, how much weight I can lose, how much this is. No, you have to have more than that. So anyway, I appreciate the hearts. You guys share this with your friends. You guys are saying, awesome, so true. Only what you do for Christ will last. Yolanda, amen to that. You know, I decided, I guess it's been 1.5 years now in my coaching practice. I used to not talk as much about my belief and my faith. And I realized that it was handicapping the people I was called to serve. And my husband actually challenged me and he said, you know, why are you not being more forthcoming? And I came up in the coaching world where people talked about the universe and the God of your choice. And in my attempt to be understanding, what I realized is that I was hiding my God. And so I don't do that anymore. So in working with me, it's going to be faith-based. I'm going to address all of you. This whole notion, you know, I had someone talk to me last week. She said, Cledra, you know, I don't even want to go to the gym anymore. And I said, why? She said, because all my husband does is talk about his muscle gains and, you know, how he has to get rest and how much water he has to drink. And we as believers can never be so consumed with this body that we don't live the life that we were sent here to live. And so this obsession with getting this body in a certain condition, if that's what you're into, I'm not for you. But if you are into an obsession for seeking God first, because you know that if you seek him first, just like his word promises, all other things will be added, then I am for you. And if you want to get healthy because you know you need this vehicle to serve God at the highest level, not so you can obsess about what this flesh weighs every 7 days, or the size of your thighs, or the size of your abs, or whatever, your body fat percentage. I'm going to weigh your life. And I'm going to weigh your life against the backdrop of what the word says. I'm going to weigh your life against the backdrop of the revelation that God gives you. When I walk you through the spiritual disciplines that you have to have in order to block all this noise out. Okay, so I'm going too long because I'm getting excited about this, as you could tell. So I'm going to put the, Yolanda says, exactly, sharing my faith has significantly blessed my practice and my business overall. Absolutely, Yolanda, I have been blown away by the people who are like, Cledra, finally, someone who's putting it all together and who's not ashamed to just say it. You know, and it doesn't mean that I will not coach someone who has different beliefs. It's just that I'm clear on mine. Okay, and I can't guarantee these results if you're not willing to have the relationship with the God that I serve. Okay, all right, so any other questions for you guys? I'll put the link for the playbook. Again, it's free. It's my way of serving our world, really, because, you know, it's frustrating for me as a coach to see people getting excited about the after, but they don't know the plan. They don't know that process that you got to go through. And they really don't appreciate the emotional strongholds that you got to pull down. And it's more than just wanting it bad. You know, it's more than that. Okay. And it's about building a life, not just creating a body. All right. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm going to put the link below. Please download it. In the next week or so, I'm going to be doing a live walkthrough of the 26-page playbook. Have a wonderful Friday. Pick up this book. I'm going to be going through more of the laws of this book as well on my Facebook Lives. But I'll talk to you guys later. Keep the faith, and I'll talk to you soon, okay? Thanks so much for watching.